wow, I came up fast on my computer today. Maybe that's good news. Okay. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. I hope y'all have had a good week. If you are watching the uploaded video on YouTube and you like this video, please like and subscribe and share. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey ladies. Hi Barbara. Hey Mom. How are you? I hope y'all are well today. So, the pumpkin that we worked on a couple weeks ago, the elevated pumpkin, the elevated designer pumpkin, I could not get it to look how I envisioned in my head, so I had to re-engineer it a little bit and took it apart a little bit. And so we are going to be making it how I envisioned it more in my head today. And so, hey Susie, hey y'all. If you wouldn't mind when you jump on, say hello and hit the thumbs up or the heart, and I can send you an invitation to like my page. And if you wouldn't mind sharing, share everywhere, and let's see if we can get some people on here. I am going to be doing some giveaways today if we get to 50 people. I know it's in the afternoon on Friday, so I'm not sure how we'll do. But, oh no, who's mad? Who's mad? Oh no. I'm sorry somebody's mad. That stinks. I hope I don't make anybody mad. But I know it's Friday afternoon, so we may not get that many people on here, but we'll see. So I have a, you saw the bow and the little scarecrow and the sign if we get to 50 people. And if we happen to do 200, so the next time I do a tutorial or a live video, the next time we reach 200 people, I have a big giveaway. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to see who gets that one. But anyway, I wanted to do a little bit of review for those who didn't watch the last tutorial that we attempted. So these are Dollar Tree pumpkin frames, and this is 2 of them, and all I did was attach them up here. And for the rest of you who have watched my cauldron videos and stuff, you know that we attached this to a wreath bottom. I couldn't get the effect that I wanted, so I took off the bottom, and here is our Dollar Tree waste paper basket. Hey Jeanette, hi Anne. Thanks for sharing, Mom. Thank you. So what we are going to do is we are going to attach the frame onto our waste paper basket. Now, before I would do this, I would recommend that you, if you haven't watched the cauldron videos, I would recommend that you put on your mesh on your frame before attaching it to here. It's just going to make it easier. So, and then all you're going to do is you're going to take about 4 zip ties. No mad faces. Oh no. Hi, Guinevere. Hello, welcome. Hey, Jeanette. So you're just going to open it up. Pretty much all the way you're going to open it up. And you're going to put a zip tie. You're going to center it on the waste paper basket. And you're going to put, you'll have to do it on its side. At least that's what I've had to do. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Because I want you to be able to see. So, just take your zip tie and put it through the trash can here. And you really only want to go around the round part of the trash can. And what I mean by that is you're only concerned about this round bit up here. You're not concerned about going down into this meshy part. So you're just going to put the zip tie on there and pull it tight. And you're going to secure that and make sure you just get one of the pumpkin frames, not both of them. And you're going to do 4 of them on here. Turn it over, and then on the very end, oh, that never happened before. On the very end, do 2 more on this side. And so I'm only showing you this because I hadn't showed you this previously in the cauldron videos. This is a bit different. But I couldn't get it to look how I wanted it to look by doing it how we did it in the cauldron. So I had to alter the framework just a little bit so it would be more successful. Okay. So this is what the bare bones, looks like. So we've attached it. It's really sturdy, which makes it really nice. So now we have that elevated look that we wanted. No, Guinevere, hi. I just started actually, but I'm not doing another cauldron. We're doing an elevated table centerpiece that's actually going to be a pumpkin. I was just showing those who had not seen earlier how to attach this, how to attach it. So that is the bare bones of our elevated pumpkin centerpiece. So that's how that's done. Okay, so now we're going to get actually the pumpkin that we started last week. Or actually, I think it was about 2 weeks ago. So let me get this out. Okay. So this, and I tried to put some white boards behind us so that you could see everything. So I hope that you can see everything all right. So now we have, this is our pumpkin. So this is the weave that we did on the pumpkin frames. So, and what I did is I wanted more height, but when I had the section underneath, I thought I could do florals here and floral there and still get the height, and I just couldn't without it looking kind of wonky. So, and you'll remember the Dollar Tree moss that I tried using was flaky and it just crumbled. It wasn't the moss that I was used to. So, what I did was underneath on the bottom here, and this one to the left, on this one, it is just the Dollar Tree 14-inch wreath frame, and I have put a layer of moss underneath. And what I did is I took the Dollar Tree floral round and I cut it in 4 pieces so that it would fit all the way around here. And then I placed it in here on top of the moss. And then what we're going to do, this is the moss I usually use. I just get it at Hobby Lobby, I think. And this moss works so much better because it's stringy. It's more stringy than crumbly. Hey Guinevere, thank you. So what we're going to do is we are going to cover the top part of our foam here. And this stuff is messy, but I love how stringy it is. So you will definitely make a mess on your floor, but it's nice and stringy and will stay together. So we're going to cover the whole way around. And in case you're wondering how we did this stem that's on the pumpkin, you're more than welcome to watch the video that we did a couple weeks ago. All we did was shape aluminum foil, heavy-duty aluminum foil. So we shaped heavy-duty aluminum foil to how we wanted it, and then we attached it to the stem of the pumpkins, and then we wrapped it with rope. And the rope is actually Dollar Tree rope as well. So, almost done here with this bit. And this is just to cover your floral foam. And boy, oh boy, I make a mess, let me tell ya. But this is so much better than, because it actually sticks together. You know what I mean? I mean, it's going to shed a little bit, but not near like that, the Dollar Tree stuff. Let me get that off my, definitely going to have to vacuum. Okay, and so this is what we're going to put on top. So it's just another work wreath frame that I bought from Dollar Tree. And all I did was I took the foam ring, and it fits right inside there. And so I zip tied it so that it wouldn't move. And I'll show you why I did that. So then you're just going to place this on the moss. And then you're going to go around this and you're going to zip tie them together, the bottom and the top. Just zip tie them together all the way around. Now before you put this on your table or, you know, give it to a customer, don't do it all the way until you get the other side on there too. You'll want to, on the bottom side of this, you'll want to get some of those things like you put on furniture so they don't scratch your table. I would recommend doing that. Oh, for heaven's sake. That is weird. That didn't even work. So this is kind of a messy project, but it'll be worth it in the end. You'll have a huge, great big, designer-looking centerpiece without having to spend near as much as you think you would. Be fun to do this and give it as a gift to somebody. You know, one of your family members, maybe, you know, grandma or somebody who can't get out and about and get her own stuff. This would be kind of fun. So, and I would put 4 zip ties on here to get all 4 corners. Well, corners, it's a circle, so you can't get corners, but you know what I mean. Hey, Julie. Thanks for joining. All right. So then we are going to cut off all of our zip ties. So far on this project, like the mesh was like for that whole bag, I think it was like $4 or $5. And you've got 2 of these foam rings and 2 of these work wreath frames. Basket, 2 of those, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $8 is really all you've spent so far. I will recommend to you that you do not use the Dollar Tree mesh to cover your pumpkin, you'll spend more doing it that way than just using a 21 roll of, I suggest, fabric mesh to do that. Okay, so I know we got quite the mess on here. So we are going to be covering this bit as well. So we're going to use a little more of our moss. And we want to cover that pretty good. And I'll show you why here in just a minute. And this moss comes in a couple of different colors. If you don't want it green, I think it does come in gray. Just a little more. And if you don't get every little section covered, it's okay. We're covering it with florals, but you do want to try to get, you know, most of it covered so you don't see the green, you know, if you can. This you're not going to have to worry about tying down or anything or gluing down, because let me show you what we're doing. Okay, put this down here. So I wanted a little more height out of it, because you know the designer stuff is coming out has significant height, and the stem. So we are making a base that looks like this. Okay, hold on, y'all. I got to clean up just a tad here. And don't throw this green stuff out. I always put it in a baggie because you can use it later on other projects. Oh my gosh. I knew this was going to be a messy disaster. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we want to attach the waste paper basket to that green foam ring. So get you some pretty long zip ties, and you're going to have to get your hand under here. So pulling it off the table a bit is probably going to be the easiest thing to do. And I would start it underneath, leaving the bottom of the zip tie under, and bring it out and come up into your waste paper basket. And really you just want that round bit. So don't come up into the mesh. You just want to come up and get that round circle, and then go back down on the inside of the green foam ring. Can't remember what it's called. So, and then you're just going to zip it shut. And pull it as tight as you can. All right, and then you're going to want to do across from each other in 4 different areas. So 4 different zip ties to make sure that you're not going to have a problem with it coming out. Anybody have any questions with what we've kind of done so far? I think it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty cool. You're going to leave this trash basket. You can see through it. So it's kind of nice to see that moss in it instead of you know, seeing the table or whatever's under it. But I did have an idea. You know, we have the owl up on top. I did think about, I have another owl that's a little bit bigger. And I thought about putting that owl inside the waste paper basket so you can see him. So it's kind of like a bird cage kind of effect. But I don't know. We'll have to see how our florals do when we're done. Okay. So, as soon as it gets done shedding, it will not be so bad. All that's going to stay on there. I missed a spot, but we'll cover that with florals. Dang it. Okay. I always seem to make the biggest messes, y'all. I don't know why. Just a messy, messy creator. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. I don't know. I don't know if it's driving you guys nuts, but it was driving me nuts. Oh, good. Thanks, Mom. Hey, Christy. How are you? All right. So, it looks like I have shag carpet now. All right. So, this is our centerpiece. Now, if you want, Dollar Tree had, where'd I put it? Well, I don't see it. I might have taken it down to my other studio. So they have platters at the Dollar Tree. So if you want, you can actually adhere this to a platter so that it, when it sheds and stuff a little bit, it doesn't get all over your table. It stays on the platter. So, but anyway, so now we have the height and we have stability. So now you can choose to put something in here like a bird or something if you want, or another owl or something. Or we're just going to now put our florals in. So, and what I want to do, how I want the bottom to be, is I don't want the bottom to be round. So, I've got some picks here that are kind of longer. Now, these picks and a lot of the florals that I'm going to use are not going to be Dollar Tree, but you can use only Dollar Tree stuff if you want, and it'll come out beautiful, I'm sure. I'm so sure. I just like to mix them up a little bit, and you know, I got these last season, and so I'm looking forward to using them up a little bit. So I want to elongate my edges a little bit because this kind of comes out, and I want this to come out, but it really, I want this to be bigger than the top. You don't have to do it that way. You can have a designer look with either way you choose. It's just what I would like. Because if it doesn't sell, it's going to be in my living room or my dining table, you know. So, all right. You know, I really, does anybody else hate how they put on the price tags? It just doesn't make sense to me that you would put it on the florals instead of just the stem. Especially when it's big and white or big and orange. Okay. So, I want to get my basic shape down first, and then I want to fill in with florals. I'm going to get the basic shape down here first, and then I'm going to come up here and do my big old bow, and then I'm going to start filling in with little stuff. Can everybody see okay? He's almost outside our range. Let me see if I can you see? Is that better? That might be better. Okay. So, I'm going to stick these in. I'm actually not going to cut them until I know how big I want the stems to stick out. So I want mine to stick out about like this. I've got a really big dining table. Yeah, hi Sherry. Yes, the tags are so obnoxious. Okay, so I have a pretty big dining table, and so I want these to stick out quite a bit. So I'm actually not going to cut anything off the end. And I'm not going to meet it all the way because I'm going to fill in with other florals and stuff and come out that way. So I know this is going to be pretty big. Oh, good. That's awesome. I hope you all have a great weekend this weekend. So we were just talking, we have about, so if you get to this point, really manhandle your flowers. So, and I want mine to kind of come up a little bit. So I'm going to bend my stuff because I want a look that kind of comes up like this. And I'm a little longer on this side. Okay. And remember, this is going on a dining table, so you want to pay attention to all sides because you're going to have guests or people who will walk around the table. So, all right, so I do not have, all I knew in my mind was the basic shape and the structure that I wanted to get down. So now I need to figure out in what direction do you want your project to go? So now we're getting down to little things. So before, if you remember, we had this cute, simple little bow at the top, right? So at this point, the tweed on here and stuff kind of reminded me of this ribbon, this 4-inch ribbon that I have. Thanks, guys. Oh, hi, Tammy. Hi, Aunt Linda. So this ribbon is a 4-inch ribbon, and it is beautiful. It is so nice, and I believe I got this at Craft Outlet. So I think we are going to add to this bow some of this and also this other 4-inch ribbon. And this I got at the at-home store this fall, and it's also another 4-inch ribbon. So 4-inch ribbon is very popular this fall, or this year. So we're just going to add to this bow that we did here, okay? And instead of getting the thing out, I'm just going to do it in my hand. So I think we're going to make the tails kind of long. And we're just going to add a couple of loops of both. So we'll do, I don't know, what is that? That's about 7.5-inch loop. And then we'll do another 7.5-inch loop-ish. You just bring it up like that and make sure you got them the same. And then bring your tail down and cut it. This has such a nice feel. It's like tweedy. It's really nice. Okay, so we're going to do that. And okay, I'm going to put a zip tie on here. I don't normally do zip ties, but I'm going to today because you're not going to see this one later. So I've got this one. Let me do another one real quick. Yes, I like that. I like that. I like it. I like it. So my hands aren't as strong as they used to be. So when I do my hand bows, when you get more than, especially with this wide ribbon, you get a little bit more than a couple loops on there, and my hands start getting pretty weak. Don't have my cop hands anymore. All right, so, all right, we're just going to make another loop that's just a little smaller, so probably about 6.5 inches loop. We're going to give a twist there and do one more loop. This one's a little longer still. Hold on. Okay, let's cut this one. So we probably used about, I don't know, 2 yards on these, on each one of these bows. I know, it does hurt. I know. I don't know that I have arthritis. I just don't have the grip I used to, and I start getting a cramp right here in the palm of your hand. I just, ugh. I didn't want to have to bring out the bow maker thing though. All right, so then I'm going to put these out. I'm thinking about doing kind of a funky thing here, so hold on just a second. I still have my wires on there. Let me take my wires off or cut them short. Actually, it might be long enough to wrap around these two. Odie's in here with me. You see him over there? He was chewing on a bow to try to keep him happy and occupied while I work. Nobody else is home, and so nobody's playing with him or anything, so he's kind of a big baby and likes to hang out with Mama. All right, so you want to make sure your wire that holds them all together is super, super tight. And we're going to leave a bit of a stem on this because then we are going to hot glue it into up here. And we'll fluff it when we're all done here. I'm just going to put some glue on this and on the base of my bow. All right. Then we are going to come up here and stick that down into the mesh and apply pressure until it cools. And it just takes us, you know, like a minute for it to cool. Hi, Thea. Oh. Still waiting for it to cool. Oh, hot. Yep, hot glue. Hot, hot, hot. I like using my glue pot better because I don't have to worry about the glue being so hot. Ouch. Okay. And I don't have my fingers on. Okay, so now we've got our bow here that should look cute from any direction we look at it from. And we want it kind of wonky and fun. Let's curl that out. Let's see if we can curl this one around. Actually, I don't want to curl it around. I want to do okay. We won't worry about those details yet. Okay, so there's our funky bow, our nice, huge bow. We'll cut them down as we go. Okay, I want a few more of, see our spiral that we made? I want a few more of those on there. And this is from the Dollar Tree, so sometimes you do have to do a little bit of repair. And rewrap the stuff on there so it doesn't come off. This is like the third one I've had to do that too, so I think it's just their stuff. Oh, I'm so glad, Christy. Oh, your pup likes to hang out with you too while you craft. Mama girl for sure. Yeah, he's a mama's boy. He's not a girl, but he definitely is codependent on me for sure. So, and like I said, we don't have a lot invested in this yet. You know, I mean, you can go as extravagant or as economical as you want. Okay, so this next one, I don't want to be as tight as that, so maybe I will just use my, I'm going to look around and see what I have to wrap around, but maybe we'll just use my 2 fingers. So I want some of these kind of all different sizes, because it's, you know, in nature, there's all different kinds of sizes and things. So I want this one to start out kind of large and get smaller. Oh, blast. Well, it's my glue pot, so that's not as bad. That's not near as bad. Okay, so then just pull out your spring. Kind of even like that group's a little. Okay, and I'm just dipping it in some glue here, and we're going to add it to the stem base here. You remember last time I was doing this, I don't know how many of you were watching, but the thing that took the longest was the glue drying, or drying enough so you can let go. So hey Valerie, how are you? Oh, thank you. Thanks, Valerie. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. All right. So we'll have a couple of those. I'll make a few that later that I will probably put inside the bow, but I won't make you suffer with me while we do a whole bunch of those because they're very time consuming. All right. So we used some sparkly ones of these leaves. Last time we were working on this. But I wasn't sure what color of sunflower I wanted to put up here. I wanted to put kind of a larger one. And I think, let's see. Again, with the price tags not being on the stems. I wonder if anybody's ever like contacted like Hobby Lobby or you know, Michael's and these people and said, you know, listen, we florists and designers really hate it. Really, really hate it when you put those price tags right on there. It just really stinks. So I am going underneath this, in between the layers of mesh. We'll see if that stays. If you're not sure something's going to stay, don't glue it in yet. Just work on the rest of the design and see if that's what you were going for, or does it take away from your overall design that you were trying to create. Okay, let's come down here and attack this bottom real quick. So, okay. Trying to remember where I put everything that I brought out. All right, let's start with the leaves we've got going on here. And I really want to keep the distance that I have here. Let me raise that up for you. I'm not going to cut that off yet, but I'll raise it so you can see. That's true, Barbara. That's true. Unfortunately, you know, they have to worry about that. So we don't want to get a lot of height with our florals, okay? We want to try and keep our height limited because I want that separation between here and here. I at least want some separation. So we had all these little balls. So we are going to like recycle everything that we had in the last one. So I'm just going to bring them up here so I can see what I've got. Now all of these flowers were Dollar Tree. And they're super cute. I'm going to back that up a little bit. Okay, so when I do something that it has a view from all the way around it, I want to do one side and then I duplicate it to the other side, because if I don't, then I forget what I did, and by the time I got it all buried and stuff, you can't see it. So I'm just going to apply some leaves to kind of mix in with those ends and bring out my edges a little bit. And make sure you're going into your florals, not just in between what we placed on there. want to do that. I want to do this. Separate them out a little bit. Oh, I lost my leaf on there. So I did notice that the Dollar Tree flowers were not, they're not bad. They're good. They're good filler flowers, and you know, you can put them in there and then fill in with a little bit more expensive flower if you choose. And there's a couple of different color of the leaves. If you notice, some are more browny than the other ones. The other ones are kind of more orange and yellow. And remember, we want to keep everything close. So we don't want to be going too high with what we're doing. I think some of them came apart. It's okay, we'll make our own. So I got two different kinds of balls here too. I got a dark and a light. I'm going to sporadically kind of place them because I have some other ones I want to use that aren't from the dollar store. So I'm trying to do all the way around. I can probably catch up on the back later. But usually I'm constantly twirling my bit, you know, all this around so that I can get it even on both. Purposely leaving that open because I do want some you know, I would forget my head if it wasn't attached, I swear. Okay. When I'm creating, I throw things all over the floor, everywhere. My family totally knows days that I have been working because I have crap everywhere. I hope you guys are going to have a good weekend. The weather in Colorado is nice, let me tell you. And we have had some huge fires out here. Some of you have probably heard, but we have had, oh my gosh. I mean, Oregon is just as bad. Who's from Oregon? Anybody from Oregon? But we did get some snow. It actually snowed here. We got, it was less than an inch here where we are, but it did actually snow. I want to bend this up so it looks up when I put it in. I'm just bouncing my white sunflower kind of around the bottom area. You can introduce anything you want to any design that you make. I thought about adding some leopard in here maybe, because I have some cute leopard balls and ribbons and stuff. I'm not sure we'll do it yet. We'll see where we get. Oh, that one's an orange one. Let's move this orange one over here. I do want to add the wheat and things in here too, and I want that to stand up singular, so that I can still see through them. So there's not going to be a lot of them, and they're not going to be covering up all this waste paper basket. But y'all can do this. Who likes doing like florals? Is anybody into florals? Oh man. Leaves. I left my pick machine over there. And you know, I like to do wispies too. So these are Dollar Tree, like the wheat is Dollar Tree. These orange and white or yellow florals, these are Dollar Tree. And we'll get some more leaves going here. These don't have a stem, so I'm going to glue those in. To mix this color of leaf in there. And I'll probably put this one right here. Normally I'd put a pick on them, but my pick machine is behind that white thing. But I think we'll be fine just adding it with the hot glue. As long as I don't burn myself too badly. Thanks. Oh, there was our leaf. Now I'm not sure if I want to do a lot of glitteries in here or not. Let's just keep going with what we've got first. I'll grab some wheat. And you get like, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of wheat for $1, which is actually pretty good. That is a bit taller, but I do like the frillies on those. So I will keep, and not all of them have that, so we'll just pick a few and scatter them around. I know it's a Friday or a Friday afternoon, so we might not get to 50 today, and that's okay. We'll save it for another day if we don't get to 50 viewers. No big deal. I do want to do the giveaways, so we'll just keep them and give them away next time if we, you know, don't get to 50. I've been so off lately, trying to do all of my, I don't know if you guys were watching the other day, but I'm doing I'm starting to do wreath embellishments. And so I've been sewing and trying to reteach my brain how to sew. And if any of you have ever had a brain injury, you will know how hard it is to reteach yourself something that you used to know, and you just don't know why it just doesn't work. Gosh, I just don't know why it just doesn't work. I want it to, but okay, we will use all this wheat, and we will throw in some shorter wheat here and there. What do you guys think so far? I mean, it's kind of hard to see on the table with all this crap on here, I know. But would you like it on your table? I think that I might like it on my table. Okay. So as you're bouncing the colors all the way around, when you can introduce any kind of color you want. You could put in purple in here. We could actually bring in the leopard print if we wanted to. Actually, let's just see how it looks. Leopard print is so in, y'all. It always is. Leopard print is always a thing. So, and we could bring in some leopard print. We would just need to make sure and balance it throughout. So we would want to balance some down here and then bring some to the top. And maybe put one of these in the leaf up there. And maybe one under here. What do you guys think? You like the leopard print or you don't like the leopard print? Thanks, Christy. So the leopard print is kind of fun, I think. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot. I brought over a specific flower and I can't, now, of course, that I'm looking for it, I cannot find it. And I did bring some more balls. These balls I got, I think, last year at Hobby Lobby in their fall section. So I like it because it's got the dark balls and the light balls on there. Now, if I decide that I'm going to sell this, then I will definitely. Oh, you're not? Oh, thanks. If I decide I'm going to sell this instead of just use it on my own table, then I will, of course, go back through and I will hot glue each floral in so that it doesn't come out. But I'll tell y'all a secret. When I'm decorating my own home, I do not hardly ever use hot glue in anything because I will take things apart every year and then redesign it and then add some elements of whatever is popular that year into it without having to buy everything new. So that's what I like to do because I can't afford every year to, you know, be completely, you know, get new things. And so I like to make it look new, and it's not new, but might have just a couple elements of what's popular that year. So I have a few designs that I I'm not sure about the leopard print. We'll have to see. But I have a few things that I have glued over the years, but not very darn many, because I definitely like to switch it up. And it's a good money saving thing to do. I think I'm going to be doing a live. I'm going to be doing a garland on my fireplace. And I think when I do that, I'll go live and show y'all how I do mine. Mine's not like a typical fireplace. It's kind of different, I guess. So we'll see. Maybe that'll be fun. Not really a fan of the Dollar Tree leaves, though. Their florals are kind of okay, but their leaves are just a little bit, cheap looking. Okay. Now this is not funny. Where did I put those? Well, I don't know. We'll use some of these guys. So these I have gotten at Hobby Lobby. They were last year's clearance florals as well. And this too. So I think if we rip it apart, sometimes when you get these paper ones, you got to be real careful because they'll start to unravel. If they do that, just take a little bit of hot glue, rub it on there, and then squeeze it with your fingers. Squeeze and twist, and it'll stay on. But the paper ones do that quite a lot. But I really like this style because it's really whimsical, and these match what's on the end. So just kind of separate them out a little bit. This one is probably going to be too tall. We'll add it separately. So I'll have the sides come out a little bit longer than the round section here, but not a lot. You know, like maybe half the width of those, and it'll come out on the sides. Just I love these little sunflowers. I love them. I do love sunflowers. You know, the only thing that I don't like about sunflowers is that they take over when you plant them. So like the real sunflowers, I have to pull them. My husband tries growing them every year, and I've got to pull them out because, I mean, it's crazy. They start to go absolutely bonkers in the garden and stuff. They take over and kill off everything else. So trying not to get my head in the way. Sorry. And I know it's hard to see what we're doing if I don't keep it clean. Can you see? Okay, so let me show you what a little bit of change can do Well, first I have a few of these guys I want to put in. These are little pumpkins, and they kind of go with our, so I wanted to bring some of this down into our, florals and stuff down here. So this is what it would look like if you added some leopard print. So if we take out the leopard print and you change your style a little bit more, see what it does just by changing a couple things? So don't be afraid not to attach your stuff, and then play with it a little bit to see, like, you know, what do you like? And don't be afraid, I mean, take this, use these bits too. Get some sticky looking stuff in there. See, look what that did for our style. Oh, look. That happens, just glue it right back in. Nobody will ever tell. It's got a cool. So I like our black and white a little bit better than I like the leopard print. And I'm just going to glue this one in, I think, in here with all of these. It doesn't matter what you add, as long as you bounce it around everywhere of what you're doing. You could add anything in here you wanted to. The trick is just blending it in with everything else. Sorry about my head. And I will go through, I think I'm going to make that 2 sticks. If you don't want it straight, curl it a little bit. But you can use the whole thing. I mean, they're expensive, so use all your bits and pieces. Don't let the bits and pieces go to waste. And so those obviously used to have flowers on them, and maybe when I bought them at clearance, they didn't have their flower on them. So I'm going to shorten these a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on there, pinch it, and hold it, and make these flowers a little shorter since we're missing out on a couple. I love these balls. Who would have thought little styrofoam balls make us so happy? Thank you, Linda. Thanks, Christy. Hi, Asia. How are you? I did, on my page, I did put, now see, I really want to pick on there, so I may just, yeah. Hold on. I did on my page, I put a link to my YouTube channel and my Etsy page on there. If you wouldn't mind checking them out and liking and subscribing, I really appreciate that. This is actually quite the sturdy little thing here. All right, so I do want to take some of these florals and put them in as well and just kind of bounce them all the way around. And we've stuck to our guns quite a bit here on not covering up the center wastebasket. You know, we didn't want to cover, or I didn't want to cover, I did not want to cover it up, and so we've done pretty good with just putting some wheat in there. Oh, it's so hard if I don't keep it clean to see. But look at that. You've got a designer look and you haven't really spent that much money. Sometimes what impedes me from creating some of my best work is limiting myself on like how much I think I can spend or what products I have to use. If I don't think in terms of limiting myself, then I can do so much better, and I love my products all the more. So try not to think about your limitations when you're creating. Just try to think about the look that you were going for, and it'll work out. It'll totally work out. I'm bad. I'm very visual, so I have to see it on, take it off, try it out, rip it out. So I have a cluster of beads down here, these down here, so I want to put some over here. And then I will go through and I will do the back to match. Thanks, Guinevere. Thank you. And I will go through and do on the back, on the other side, what I did on this side. So, and I actually, some of these flowers that I've put down here, I want to put in my little cluster up here. So, just going to put some glue on this guy. And I didn't want to bring too much orange up here, but I do want some. There we go. Look how happy that looks. It looks so happy. And I'm going to bring these up here. Let's see if I can turn some of these flowers around and manipulate it a little bit more. Dip this in the hot glue. Ah, strings. I hate that. Okay, and you can also introduce, so I have these little caricatures, and you could put some in here, right? And you could put some all the way around if you wanted. That would be so cute too. I also thought about doing, I have a small sign here. And because of the black and the metal looking, I actually thought about, and I only have one of them, so I don't know that I would do that, but you could adhere even something like that onto the basket itself, you know. So, I mean, you can do all kinds of cool things, you know, just given your imagination. Let your imagination just go crazy. I also have some orange pumpkins. I do have some, if we would have kept the leopard print in there, the leopard print on those is pretty dark, but I kind of like the leopard print on here. But I don't have ribbon to match this. My ribbon matches that other, the darker brand, the leaves that we had earlier. It kind of matches that more. So, but you can tailor it to your taste or your customer's taste. You can change it up and do, you know, all kinds of things, all different designs, all different everything. But the frame of this, okay, let me see how I want to do this. I am going to cut this so I can see. Ugh, these are my bad scissors. Okay. This ribbon is quite a bit heavier, so it's not going to do like our Halloween ribbon did. Oh, there we go. So I'll do that. I think I'll add some more of the wispies on there. Oh, you want me to zoom in on the bottom? Sure. Let me get rid of some of these other things so that it doesn't cloud your view. If you wanted to go in and do, you know, kind of more gold in there to get your glittery in, you could do that. And, you know, kind of plunk those in here and there. But yeah, let me zoom in here so you can see. Okay, so there's the bottom. And see, you can still see all the way through the bottom. So it has a nice design. And it would look so cool on your table. And nobody would know that you use a waste paper basket from the Dollar Tree. They're not going to know unless you tell them. There we go. I like that better. So, what do you think, ladies? Hi, Barbara. Hi. So that's the bottom. Let's see, is it all in view here? There we go. So the bottom, whatever florals you choose, and then, so we probably made this for a lot less than it would cost definitely to buy. So, and just don't add things in permanently until you know that's what you want to do. So we'll just, well, that didn't work. Sorry about that. Still didn't get the owl. Last. Sorry. Oh gosh, y'all, I'm sorry. Sorry to make you sick if I made you sick. But just duplicate this on the other side, and you have a super cool design that will, I think, impress anybody, you know, and having this on your table would look so awesome. So, any questions or anything? I'm sorry we did not get up to 50 people, but I did anticipate that we probably wouldn't. I'm really bummed that we didn't. But we will totally, Wednesday at 5, I will go live again. And I'll try to put out there a little sooner, like what I'm doing ahead of time. I just don't always think about things really far in advance because it makes me stressed out, because I still get nervous being in front of you guys and stuff. So, you know, I stress about it. So anyway, Wednesday at 5, I'll be going on. If you wouldn't mind checking out my YouTube page and my Etsy page, and just liking and subscribing and sharing, I would sure appreciate it. And I do want to share with y'all, because I don't know if I had everybody on here the other day, I am getting into making some wreath embellishments and attachments and things. And so if we would have, the next time we get up to 200 people, and I know we can do it, because when I did the cauldron, we got over 500 people watching live. So I know we can get up to 200 again. And when we do, let me grab this. So when we do, I have a little gnome guy that this is part of my Leo collection. So he was the first guy I did. Oops, his beard's between his legs. So this is the first gnome guy that I did. I'm not duplicating him because I came up with a little bit better design, I think, but I think he's still so adorable, and has the cutest little shoes and boots. So all you gotta do is maybe add a floral or something to his hat, and put him in a wreath. Now he is $59 if on the other design that I made. So he will be a great giveaway. And the only thing that you'll have to cover if you win is shipping. I'll pay for the box and everything else. You just pay for shipping. So once we get over 200 people live again, he will go and find a new home. And then I would hope that you would share whatever wreath you made. Let me show you part of my Leo collection. So this is a top hat that I've made that's part of the Leo collection as well. So fun. Look at that. So sturdy, guys. This is like really sturdy. So this is going to be in my Leo collection, along with, you can get the top hat with or without arms and legs. And the legs, look at those boots. Aren't they so cute? You see them? The arms and legs bend, so you can make your character do anything that you want. And this is the final gnome. So this is my final gnome guy that I'm going with. This is the design that he is. So he looks a lot like the other guy. I just made a little bit of changes. I added a flower on his hat. I made so the beard wasn't quite so low. Changed up the nose and changed up the back just a little bit. So, and his shoes. Look at his shoes. Aren't they so cute? But anyway, so I'm going to start making those. So if you like, check out my Etsy page. I will put them on there soon. I don't have them on there yet. But be looking for that. And last but not least, to go with the Leo collection, there will be available also lollipops and balls. And they're all really good quality. And so if y'all are looking for anything that's different, I just couldn't find what I was looking for out there really, so I decided to try and figure out how to make my own. So anyway, thanks Christy. Thanks Barbara for sharing. I appreciate you so much. But anyway, I love y'all, and I'm sorry I've been absent for a couple of weeks, but I'm back on schedule, and so I'll see y'all Wednesday. Share, let everybody know we're going live on Wednesday to see if we can get 200 people so somebody can be put in to win the Leo collection #1 gnome. That was the first guy I did. So anyway, thanks you all. I hope you all have a safe and great weekend, and I will see you Wednesday. Take care. See ya. Oh, okay. Sorry. I have not. I'm going to be doing peppermint blue this weekend. So I will on Wednesday show you some peppermint blue stuff in the peppermint collection. So, all right. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a good weekend.